How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another race analysis. We are at the Rockhill Criterium course. Let's jump into the stats. 60-minute ride, covered a distance of just over 25 miles. My normalized power was 289 for this ride. Pretty normal for me this time of the year. Just a heads up, we are doing Ore Road at the Rockhill course. We couldn't get permits for this week due to like a golf tournament and a music festival here in Charlotte. So we all decided to get together and go down to the Rockhill Crit course and give a little bit different change of pace. It actually turned out to be a really fun ride. If you can see the front cam and the rear cam, we have a huge group of riders coming out tonight. A ton of guests showed up, and it was a good change of pace. All right, we are 9 minutes in, and we just got done doing our 2 neutral laps, and there's already a couple riders up the road. You can see them up here on the right hand of the screen, right in the middle of the horizon. Guys are trying to influence the race early on. I really wasn't sure how this was going to go. Put in a big dig right here to kind of bridge up to this small cluster of guys. It's really not going anywhere, but this was definitely the first part of the ride that people were psyched about. With this large group in a wide range of skill set and fitness levels, you know, I wasn't really sure if like a break was going to go early or if the whole field was going to stay together. You guys have seen plenty of videos on this course through our channel. That this downhill is really big and the uphills is big as well. So there wasn't much wind tonight, so that didn't really play a factor on any of the straightaways or the hill. So I think that kind of helped the group stay together for a little bit longer than we expected. But nonetheless, it was super fun. I am out here. I have a couple teammates in the group today. We're not really doing too many team tactics during this ride. We're all trying to kind of just ride and play smart and do our own little strategies, so it should be pretty fun. All right, we're just coming down the huge downhill. It's getting a little strung out in front of us. There's a massive group of riders in our rear cam, and trying to stay pretty smooth on the pedals right here. 400 to 500 watts right in there up this hill. Carry as much momentum as I can as we come into this left hairpin turn. This turn will cause some guys some issues all night long. These guys don't normally do this course. A lot of these guys are really just come out to Ore Road to get their fitness in, so they don't really pin a number on that often. So kind of taking that hairpin was giving some guys some issues. Other guys had no problem at all. All right, let's watch this rider in the blue tie-dye right in front of me. Hops out of the saddle. That is Nick Inibit, a Flow nutrition rider. He is super strong, and it is getting super strung out. I am doing everything I can to catch his draft and stay in his wheel. He's going to come around our teammate, Jeremy. I yelled at him real quick to jump on his wheel, and I just don't think Jeremy could hear me very well, and Nick is starting to go up the road. This is probably where I made a mistake right here, is I kind of like set up with Jeremy and like tell him, hey, let's reset. And as a result, Nick kind of gets off the front. Nick is the type of rider that he's got that diesel motor. He can do a breakaway. He can ride pretty smooth. We witnessed that in the USA Crit races, a couple that we've done where he can just throttle, and it's super cool. So we are 30 minutes in, so we've pushed ahead a lot, and there's a chase that's starting to go up the road. Nick is up the road right now by himself. He's been up there for like 20 minutes. And finally, a chase started pretty good. You can see him up on the left-hand corner. And then we come around this hairpin. These two riders in front of me set up because they don't want to do anything with this chase. And I'm like, dang it. I was like, I got to go. I got to try and make something happen. So I quickly bridge up to this rider. I have a Red Star rider on my wheel right here. So we've got a small little group right here that we can try and start working together to reel in the riders that are up the road. I believe it's 2 of them that are up the road right now. It's kind of hard to keep track. I couldn't see too much in the front cam. So finally catch a wheel, start getting in the draft right here, and do everything I can. All right, I believe this is a back marker right here that we're about to pass. Nope, this is a guy he just got blown up by Nick. Yeah, so he's going to come back into the group. He's setting up. I get flicked through by the Oceanic rider with the track Stars and Stripes, and now I'm settling in. I'm like, all right, sweet. Like, we've got a good little gap right here. I know this Red Star rider he's really strong. He's a Masters rider, but he is always in the moves anytime we see him race. So it's super cool to be in a break with him. And immediately, the Oceanic rider, our buddy Mooley, starts playing. He's not playing games. He's just not telling me what he wants to do, and so he doesn't pull through. So get a quick pull from the Red Star rider and the red, white, and blue right there. And then I'm like, dang it. I was like, am I not going to get any cooperation? What's going to go on? So we played that game for like a full like lap and a half right there, and it was one of those things where the whole time a lot of guys were just looking back, couldn't really get organized and committed to get to the breakaway. And now if you check in the rear cam, we moved ahead just a few minutes. The Peleton is pulling us back in, so we stayed away for like a good like lap and a half or two. And you can see Willie in the orange helmet coming by me on my left. I had no gas to jump on his wheel right here, and I just could not believe that the group was going to let him get away. I'm assuming they did an extremely hard effort to bring us back, and whenever Willie decided to jump the group, that just nobody had the gas to kind of catch on his wheel. And Willie is just another guy with a diesel motor. So now we've got two guys that are going to link up with Breakaway styles, and they're just going to go up the road. And so I was just terrible timing for me to get reabsorbed at that time. But it is what it is. A little unfortunate. All right, so now the guys have I think they have like a 20-second gap on us. You can probably see them right here on the left-hand side on this ridge line when we come up this hill right here. You can probably see them on the left. But we moved ahead by 44 minutes in. There they are right there on the left. Saw a 20-second gap on these things, and guys are starting to leapfrog up to them. Couldn't capture on the camera, so I didn't want to show you guys. But we're 44 minutes in, and we've got to make something happen. We're almost running out of time right here. We did a strong effort up this hill. You can see the rear cam. We're starting to get super strung out, starting to get a gap open up. I'm again with our buddy Mooley in the Oceanic kit with the stars and stripes on his sleeves, and then our other buddy Nick right here in the all black. So I'm like, hey man, let's just get short pulls in. Let's try and go reel them in. We're really close. And unfortunately, check the rear cam, both of them just dropped the anchor and said they're done. And now I'm out here solo by myself trying to bridge up to two of the strongest guys in our entire field. My chances are extremely low. I hit it one more time out of the final corner up to the start-finish line straight to keep myself some momentum. Check the rear cam right here. I get a pretty solid gap on the field pretty quick on this front straightaway. And I was thinking, man, I was like, if I could just settle in and maybe the front guys will start looking at each other, maybe I can start, closing in on them. It's one of those things that I was feeling really good today. I didn't want to put in too big of an effort right here, but I tried my best. I stayed away for a full lap right there and just could not make anything happen. Got reabsorbed into the group. And unfortunately, I think that group of two turned into a group of three off the front. So we just skipped ahead now. We're starting our last lap. And the podium for this ride is up the road. So now I'm really focusing on last lap. Hey, getting good position. I know this is kind of our home course, our home racetrack. So I know where position-wise to be. I know where most guys jump the field as well. I definitely know right here on this fast downhill, you never really want to be on the front, and then you don't want to be all the way on the back, especially in a group this big, because normally you're going to get boxed in or boxed out if you're in the very back. So Jeremy, my teammate, he is up on the front right now pulling, and you see this Red Star guy on the far right way up there going on a late downhill attack. I'm screaming at Jeremy. Hopefully he can hear me to jump on that wheel to help us carry the momentum into this uphill right here. I am keeping my eyes up, watching guys, making sure anybody gets out of the saddle, I'm standing up with them. And this is where you start taking people's lunch money. You start trying to take spots from folks, and you really just want to get in good position. So slowly do a little dig up this hill right here. Use this inside line. It's wide open for me. And now I'm sitting fourth or fifth, 3 rows back, and I'm like, this is going to be a good position right here. Guys are coming around the hairpin super fast. I see there's a niche rider up on the front, so I'm thinking maybe he's going to try and lead out his teammate 2 riders in front of me. Make sure I jump in behind Josh Moore's wheel right here in the KRD kit, blue and orange. He's a super strong sprinter. You guys have seen him on this channel before. I really want to beat him because if I can jump him first, then the sprint out of the final turn is so short. Luckily, there was a kind of a bit of a slow up right here, and I kind of dig inside of him. I was really thinking like this was going to be the ticket to the front right here. Watch the 2 riders directly in front of me on the right. They stand up on the final corner right here and go absolutely nowhere. I have to thread the needle between both of them. And that little bit of hesitation allowed Josh Moore to come around me on the far outside of me. And boom, ended up taking 3rd in the field sprint. That would be a 6th place on the ride. Other than that, guys, hey, appreciate y'all watching.